Alrighty. Looks like we're live. Things seem to look to be working. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Nerui here. It's time once again for another trip into the world of Final Fantasy XIV. If all goes well tonight, gonna be stepping into a fresh chapter of Endwalker, because last time we were here, we pretty much reached the end point of one chapter. I mean, when you get an achievement for finishing a story, that's pretty much a sign that you reached the end of a chapter. So that was a good stopping point. So yeah, I have no idea what's going to be happening next, aside from some of the usual bits of chaos, because as per usual at this point, we have Stormy with us. Now then, should we jump right into the story, or should we see about getting a roulette going first?
A moment. I'll be right there. You're at Old Charlian, yes?
Yep. Set as my home point for fast travel. Crystarium served as a good home point, but now that we've left the first for the active time being, best to move it a bit closer to where the action is.
As you can see, I've had something of a glow up.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I was just taking care of the role quest for Dark Knight. Oh, one of them, to be precise. I still need to do the rest. I was in the first just now, so yes, I've just gone through 1,000 gil to get here. What the heck was it anyway? I'll probably have to return to the Crystarium, honestly.
I don't think I'll be able to do much Aether Current hunting over in these areas until a bit farther in the story when I have access to, the whole map.
Having some fun with your travel, Neroy?
Yeah, I was just thinking about going and grabbing the quest for the next leg of the MSQ. But of course, making sure if we're going to be hitting any kind of a roulette, make sure I'm in a role that I'm good to go, because don't want to super out level the content with my Reaper.
Sure about that? Where did you go anyway? Hey, where'd you run off to?
Over to the Baldesian Annex.
You know what? I know exactly what to do first.
Oh? Also, yay, no immediate cutscene.
Think you can handle it as a Reaper?
Handle it as a Reaper, though currently on Black Mage.
As a Black Mage, then, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, considering the length it's going to take, I'm probably going to end up hitting 90 with everything before I get to my Reaper leveled up via the MSQ. So I'm just trying to shift now to just getting the rest of the jobs done. Save Reaper and keep Viper stuck at 90 for when I eventually get to Dawn Trail. However long that's going to take. So at the moment, working on getting all the caster jobs done. That way, once I finally have access to buy Tombstone gear I'll just won't have to worry about. Well, I'll still have to worry about multiple sets because Blue Mage is still currently stuck at 80. So Caster's the one exception to that. But at the very least, once I get to ranged, that'll be all good to go as well.
Even if you hit level 100, you still won't remove your sprout stones. There's literally everyone in this damn duty at Viera except me.
Yep. Looks like you've got yourself into a bun party.
Hey, with me around, it's always a bun party. And I just realized how that came out. That came out wrong. No, wait, no. This is what I should be saying.
feels good being back. And regrettably, I did end up missing this the previous week, but when you find yourself before stream time dealing with let's just say an unplanned visit to your personal throne, it can kind of throw you off for the rest of the day, because, you know, potentially worried about an encore performance.
I hear that, but also
TMI?
yeah, thanks, Ned.
Sorry.
Maybe not. I don't know. This is why I usually speak in very particular euphemisms myself. Oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah. It was not
how do I put this gently? Going, coming back up, or
the express line
going.
out.
Yes, that's the way to put it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, no, honestly, that is why I had to cancel watch party session that one night. Actually, I had a similar issue.
Yeah.
So my issue was more due to the fact I hadn't drank enough, so I was having trouble getting the express. Let's just say that the train was a little delayed from the station. So I can sympathize.
Yeah. The fun euphemisms we come up with to avoid saying these things directly.
Well, it's supposed to avoid grossing people out, to be honest. That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
I've certainly come a long way as a tank, though, haven't I?
Oh, definitely.
Though I've been getting a lot of practice.
enjoying the music in this cutscene.
pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Magic to keep a secret secret, huh?
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into 3 forms.
Well, out of all the things I could have potentially expected, an actual, legitimate studium lecture on etherology was not one of them.
2 are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third? Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The seventh umbral calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable. Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet. I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend. Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
I do believe that also means I now have access to the this expansion's equivalent to the fast quests for my crafters. Or potentially, at least, because this one requires me to be a crafter or gatherer job to pick up that one. I can worry about that on my own time outside of stream. Shall we hit another roulette to balance out that long cutscene?
Yeah, hold on. Just typing something.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Excellent.
Where are you disbanded?
Inside the Baldezian Annex.
You're at an instance area, you realize this, right?
Fair.
You're in the southern main hall, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Can't queue up while I'm in here, can we?
No, you can't.
I'll step outside then. And I have officially stepped out.
Wonderful. I love that. You're going bard?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Bard was my first main for a while.
Really now?
Yep. It was the one I played the most back in A Realm Reborn.
You don't say! You didn't say!
What?
I don't know, I'm just getting a few ideas. I don't know why, I kind of want to shoot you right now. Like, in-game, shoot your character. Like, I don't know why, there's just something about your character I want to shoot. Makes him very... targetable. I think it's the boots. Actually, no, I know exactly what to do. I just kind of want to stuff your character into a cannon and shoot them out or something.
This has technically been my go-to Bard glam since A Realm Reborn.
Well, look where we are.
Holly again? We seem to get
I
this
hate
one.
this place.
Yeah, we seem to keep on getting this one a lot.
To be fair, it is one of the lower level main. It is one of the lower level main ones. It's the hard version of this. That's the optional one. I remember. I only have to get this one in particular, though. Ugh, I hate this one. I've got no attacks. Like, your bow looks incredibly ostentatious in this environment.
Yeah. Yeah, the animal weapon kind of looks a bit ostentatious in most environments.
Anima weapon, you said?
If I remember correctly, that at least the glam, it is the animal weapon, the Terpander Lux.
Oh, that's right. We do have to clear this hall. I forgot. Whenever I hit Anima, I just think, wow.
Yeah, at such a low level, I don't even have both of my dots yet. We've got a pugilist in here.
still need to do the Hildebrand quests. I really should actually finish Hildebrand. I'm still unsure of the distillery though. Wanted to finish at least getting like either tank or at least one tank or one healer up to level 100 first before I started on them.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to with the journey through Endwalker is the new Hildebrand thing, especially since apparently since what I've been told, the relic weapons are tied to Hildebrand this time round.
He is Hildebrand Mandeville. You are aware they're called the Mandevillius weapons, right?
Yeah, I think I've seen a few of them around with running some duty finders, and from what I've seen, they look pretty darn cool.
I'm not sure if they're actually specifically tied to Hildebrand. They might just be referring to Godbert Mandeville, considering his craftsmanship quality.
Yep.
So what you say is she of the oh so supple fingers. That's what Godbert refers to the player as, isn't it? If you've done that one quest involving him from A Realm Reborn, that is.
It's been such a while since I've done that quest, I honestly don't remember.
I do love the fact he acknowledges it if you've done that quest line. That's one of the reasons I want to finish Hildebrand before unlocking the Firmament in Ishgard. Because I apparently, confounding Inspector Brereton himself shows up, and apparently he acknowledges it if you've done Hildebrand. And yes, I'm calling him Confounding Inspector rather than Consulting Inspector. I'm not getting shocked by much electricity.
Yeah, second level of Pugilist has gotten this run. welcome to the chat, ABT Gamer, and yeah, I've been wanting to play this one on stream for a while now, and with me, well, long story short, kind of got burned out mid Shadowbringers, but I'm back, and might as well share the journey through Endwalker. And if you stopped after the first expansion, then you got quite a lot of content waiting for you if you were to come back.
That our useless basically wasted that break there?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, level 1 limit break's not really gonna do you much unless it's really at the end of the fight, honestly. Or against a particularly mob. Level 2 is about the final boss, honestly. So, nay. Are you on your way yet? To it?
Not sure what it you're referring to off the top of my head, but at the moment, the current quest has me heading over to Limsa.
You need to go to Limsa, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment. I need to take care of something first.
No worries.
I'll accompany you there, but I need to do something before I can head to Limsa myself.
Yeah, I've already arrived, so now I'm just entered into a meeting with Merwib, the Elder Seed Seer, and the Sultana.
Don't do anything before I get there.
Right.
Don't do anything further, hey.
Right. Okay. After this cutscene, shall do nothing.
You don't cutscene.
I kind of already jumped in and started talking to everyone.
You goober! You massive goober! Oh, I'll have to get there quickly then. So you're already in Limsey, you said, yes?
Yep. Oh, over in the bulwark in the meeting room.
What was the name of your current quest?
That's a good question. I do not remember it.
Who did you pick the quest up from?
Let's see. First, I picked up a quest from Cryo, which took me to the studium where I had that lecture.
Sound the bell, the school's in?
Yeah.
Oh, nay. You should have waited for me.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
You've done Sound the Bell, the school's in, right?
Yep. Yep. Had a nice long. It was like I was.
And you're currently in the command room in Limsey Laminta, yes?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
I don't know exactly where I need to go.
Yeah. At the moment, they're apprising me of their plan of, okay, we're going straight to Garlemald.
Yep. You know where your next destination is, then, don't you?
Considering how this cutscene is going, I'm saying at long last we're going to see Garlemald proper.
Oh. We are going to long last see it proper? Making a lot of assumptions then, eh?
And it's more of like, look, I know you've probably been there. You're all the way on Dawn Trail. I'm more thinking of saying we as in more like a collective we, like me and whoever else might be watching this who's not necessarily experienced this before. I don't want to say the royal we because there's no royalty here unless you count me being a royal goof.
I mean, not inaccurate. You are kind of a royal goof. This is not wrong.
Okay, next stop, the Alamecan Quarter.
Oh, there you are, Nay. I was waiting for you. Hold on. The fact that I can dance like that, I'm trying to see that fun. Reminds me of something. Are you ready?
Yeah, as much as I can be. After all this time fighting with Garlemald, it's going to be interesting to actually end up going there at long last.
Then I will see you there, for I cannot accompany you on this journey.
Ah. Gaius. Should have known you'd be coming along for this.
Oh, so you have met him!
Uh-huh. Yeah, didn't want to say anything potentially spoilery in stream, but yeah, I've done the quest line for Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond weapons, so yeah, I've met him again.
Did you know it was him, though?
Yep. Yeah, considering we addressed him by name, yeah.
Did you just think he was, what was he called? What's his name again? Shadow Hunter? Did you think he was still called that? I mean, did you think he was actually... Did you realize he was Gaius before now?
Before I was actually standing face to face with him, finding out about the identities of the pilots of the weapon program, I did not realize it until they explicitly told me who it was. So, needless to say, that made working with him to take down the various weapons more than a little awkward, but...
Cheeky fucker. realized what I've done.
What did you do?
With my glamour, I've inadvertently made a classic Tomb Raider look.
By the 12.
I look like fucking Lara Croft! I look like Lara Croft in snow gear!
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become
Oh my god, I
acquainted.
look like Lara Croft.
It is a rare
I look
thing
like a
indeed
kind
to
of
see
a
such a
fancy
diverse
Lara
and talented
Croft.
group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Eorzea contingent.
So how goes your journey, Nay?
Meeting the Eorzea contingent and seeing a few familiar faces.
You've done all the quest
Indeed,
lines, right?
Which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many
Speak to every
trusted
single one of them, because each of them has
yourself included.
unique dialogue. Like each of the named ones from like your class, your job quests, have unique dialogue for if you have done their job quests up to their maximum level for the expansion. Like White Mage will have like the for level 50 White Mage, like the White Mage guy has some dialogue for that.
Yep, and I made sure that prior to doing Endwalker, I got every last job quest done.
Yep, so you'll have some unique dialogue in that. Whereas I have to go back and replay mine.
Lucia.
I've come at
Most
the
of them
behest
have
Lord
unique
Emmerich,
dialogue.
who has honoured me with the role of Ishgard's
Estinian especially,
representative
if you're at the Outer Dragoon
for the
already.
good of all nations, not least my former
Then again,
home.
when you first
I
met
am
Estinian,
determined
if
to
you'd
see
already
this
been
mission
Lancer
through
when
to
you
its
started
end.
out, and you'd already been as your Dragoon, like, before you hit Heaven's Ward, then naturally he'd have some choice words for you. Remember that?
Oh yes,
was a
I
nice
remember
shot.
that. Yeah, I remember that. The whole prior to the big battle on the bridge, him basically saying, "Don't worry, we're not here to fight this time."
Honestly,
We have a
I
hard
remember
road
when I
ahead of
first
us,
met Estinian,
but make it we
because
shall.
I was like I
Together.
was maining Lancer, like Terra's main class on this tune, like the main class I have in this tune is
We
Lancer
welcome this
/ Dragoon.
opportunity to
Like
work
that's what I
together
get
once
when I
more.
go into like a
I have
Fantasia.
faith
It will
that
show me
if
Lancer
there is a
gear.
way to resolve this conflict,
It's my
we will
default
find it.
class. So I remember thinking when I first saw him showing up in Heaven's Ward in that cutscene, I was like, wait, Estinian, you're alive? Because remember, back in the original Azure Dragon questline, Estinian died. Though it was later it's been in Heaven's Ward retconned it, but in the original, like, Dragoon job quest, at the end of it,
Allow
he
me
was
to
consumed
introduce
by
you to the rest of our company.
Nidhogg's power and died. In the original level 50 job
Everyone!
quest.
If I may have your
So I was thinking to
attention.
myself when I saw him again, I was like, wait, you're dead. I mean, I recognized him immediately from the questline, and I was like, oh wait, then when I first see him with his helmet off, I'm like, oh, he's an Elizon. I didn't realize that. I thought he was just like a Hue.
Yeah. In hindsight, it makes sense since
Might I ask you to speak
there are a
first?
lot of Elizon in Ishgard.
Yeah, I didn't really pick up on that at first, purely because of the fact that I couldn't tell from that distance, especially since
If I must,
Arshfront was sitting down when you first made him, so I couldn't tell.
Senna,
Most of them were wearing helmets
spokesman
when I
for the
first met
Britannian
them,
delegation.
and most of them were
On
either
behalf
the ones
of
that
my
weren't wearing
esteemed
helmets were
sister,
sitting down,
the
so I couldn't
elder
tell it's
Lucia.
like from that distance, especially since it was like
We shall
I'm so
provide
zoomed
support
out.
and
I couldn't
protection
tell.
to
It's
those
like,
who
oh
need
wait,
during our
these
time
guys
in
are
Garlemald.
most of these guys are
To
Elizon.
that end,
Oh,
I am
I'm
joined
an
by leaders
idiot.
selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
That reminds me, actually. Are you still doing the cutscene?
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as
Because I
yourself
have someone to
accompanying us
visit
as
while
well.
you're doing that cutscene.
Those
You're gonna be out.
requiring
Besides,
more
you're going to have to do
involved
a
treatment will be in safe hands.
You're going to have to do
Right,
a
sends her regards, by
like
the
not a
way.
role quest, like an instance duty anyway, to get to Garlemald proper. So I have somewhere to go. I have somewhere to visit.
Yep, no worries. And already a first bit of unique dialogue with Arun Senna acknowledging that I'm a white mage and sending regards from Raya Osena.
Yep.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Ilfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but the promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do. Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. Then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the avatar of destruction.
There we are.
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
Definitely good to see Elise coming onto the battlefield again.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Eorzea contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Lord Amonelane!
Ah, yes. Emanelaine de Forton, at your service.
And Madeline, you're coming with us on this?
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding,
Which one's that?
I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior
one of
while
the
you were
floor
away.
top
Rather,
kids.
far from it, actually. My brother,
Ah,
in his
yes.
infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
Sorry, I had to pay a visit to an old friend.
No worries.
But should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
What now?
Just aliens just try him commenting that anything that about him being most useful if they're requiring a spot of ballroom dancing.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Eorzea with my tales of daring do.
Speaking of, Batam, House Batam, I was visiting Washington.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the Shinobi of Dome?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Oh boy. The warriors of the steppe have arrived.
We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to
I'd rather you not be insulting my kinsmen, nay?
I'm not insulting them, I'm just saying, oh my god, so much hell is going to be raised.
Be surprised.
Thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy! Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance.
I still have a lot of work left to go on the Bosnia stuff.
Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Sid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Gaius bloody Balesar himself is working to help rebuild Whirlid, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Okay. Now let's see what everyone has to say.
Still in your cutscene?
Yep, outside the cutscene and looking and just going and speaking to everyone here to see what kind of unique dialogue I get. Okay, now passing out warding scales to everyone. Tataru. Oh, Tataru taking stabs at Graha right there. Okay, time for the instance bit, so I'm probably going to have to drop in party for a little bit.
Alrighty. I'll be right back, as a matter of fact.
Alright. And here we go.
Okay, I'm back.
Eorzea, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly? On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials. Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps? Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Stoller always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, running his Thancred, huh?
Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Stealth mission.
Seven hells. This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control tower. It should be to the northwest.
Okay.
Understood. Have the others
Explosives,
wait at the rendezvous point. Must be losing my touch.
Okay, managed to get there without raising the alarm.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
One of the first things you'll learn about Endwalker is it's very cutscene heavy.
Yeah, especially with this one, this part here being such a one of those
The Vanguard should be
a
engaging
series
the
of
Imperials
long
any
series
moment
is going to be playing in
if they
sequence.
haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right. But wait, something's coming.
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Yeah, looks like it passed here. Definitely gonna be up for a couple, for a few roulettes.
Fighters! Protect the others! Brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here! Display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
Oh, we put our backs into it then! I've been eating. and ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
Alright, what's happening on the front line?
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
That's for Gilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them.
I was wondering when you'd turn up. There's no stopping us now. Come on, let's show them what we're made of.
We have them now. Forward!
Fall behind! Is everyone all right?
Or die!
Nearly done, eh? I've been sitting with my thumbs up my ass for a couple hours now.
Yep. In the middle of the big fight. So, Regilia's down to half health. Hopefully shouldn't be too much longer.
I think I might go get a sandwich. I should have gotten a sandwich. I should have gotten a sandwich. You know what? I'm gonna fill a water bottle up. I'll be back. And speak some more, lads! The silence is deafening!
Sorry,
I can only imagine what this life was this time!
I'm sorry, I was getting into focus mode. This whole thing was just drawing me in. Okay, they're throwing everything at us now.
Crumble before the sun!
Okay, that cleared the air. Ugh. Yeah, sorry, I just got really pulled into that there for a bit. I was pretty seriously invested in that fight.
The worthy adversary! Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death. Sadu Hatun!
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan? outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
Okay, so now that we've completed that whole ordeal, well, before I do anything else, I'm gonna need to hope that you plot me right
So
nearby
cold
a
and unforgiving.
aetherite.
Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. 800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here.
Okay, aetherite. Looking for an
Bested
aetherite.
by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into
There's
the blasted northern wastes.
Yep, I finished the fight.
In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth. Freezing, hungry, desperate, hated.
Yeah, so that's what a Garlean aetherite looks like.
The chosen, forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
That's certainly an imposing backdrop.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
Her buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Okay, you gonna let me go free now so I can attune to the aetherite? Yay! Freedom! Okay, I am finally free.
Took you long enough.
Yep. Considering how we had one of those several cutscenes will play in order bits, I'd say that's enough story progression for one stream. And we can just focus in on hitting up roulettes.
I see you've decided to glamour your outfit properly. I really do look like Lara Croft, don't I? Like classic Lara Croft with the red shades.
You do, actually.
Well, don't worry, I'm not going to be wearing the shorts. But I am dual wielding. Because ninja, but, you know. I literally threw this to Clever from what I had in my glamour chest. You're lucky I had a lot in my glamour chest. Anyway. Let's see, what were we doing next?
Yeah, we've already done 2 leveling roulettes.
Oh, yeah, that's alright. Yes, we've done 2 leveling roulettes, but let's see. What are we thinking next for the roulettes and such? Since we need to break this up.
Yeah.
And yes, my glamour is on this as well. This is literally a full glamour plate. I went out and made this into a glamour plate, which is why it disappeared in there for a second. So I could always wear this look. I've apparently only changed my boots to a pair of green boots. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's right, they're like elegant bombs and scouting. Oh yeah, it's a late elegant set, that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not using that. Alright,
Let's see, we've got the possibility of high level, alliance, main scenario, frontline.
I have massively fucked my glamour plate because I forgot that I forgot to actually set the actual items in my glamour plate in here. Oh well. I guess I wear the I guess I wear my Heavensward set for the moment. I think Heavensward gear looks kick-ass.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I still prefer the Stormblood gear that I was wearing. Well, you know, there is always an option of me using a different set. After all. I don't believe you've seen me in action, have you?
That is fair.
highest level is 89, yes?
Yep.
How far are you off leveling up?
Let's see. Who's the closest to level... My closest to 90 is my summoner, which looks to be about, I'd say roughly 60% of the way there.
Interesting.
Summoner. There it is. Right then, shall we re-party up and then queue up?
Indeed.
Might go faster if I switch to Scholar, since the same root job.
We're already in a queue. Let me unqueue, I have an idea. There we go. Both being, one of us being healer and the other being DPS means we've got, well not DPS, one of us being healer and the other tank, since both of them are always rolling need, and the role is always underfilled, means that always gonna get us in virtually instantly if both of us are fulfilling those roles. Even faster if we have to stream with the auspicious.
I do hope we'll get to do that at some point. That would be a lot of fun.
To be fair, well, I'm gonna be getting a lot of fast queues. I don't know about you though.
Yeah. Well, if we end up at going with the llamas, then yeah, I'd be definitely still be suffering TPS queues.
You'd be suffering DPS queues, but I certainly won't. Fantastic. Eorzea's wall. Fantastic. I hope you're keeping up. These guys aren't going to be able to... These guys are going to flat me if they keep up. God, AoE.
time to do DPS in that pool.
And luckily, most of my meds have cooled down.
Ooh, got a crit on that one.
Ever tell you how much I hate Belsa's Wall?
Yeah, I kinda got that feeling.
Mostly because of Ilbud.
Because he doesn't know when to shut the hell up.
Sloppy! For El Amigo! Sloppy! Constantly! If you only got two things to say, shut up, man! We get the picture. Stop bloody record, I swear. been going for anyway?
Going on 3 hours at this point.
Should probably wrap it up after this, pretty fun then, shouldn't we, eh? Because you usually prefer to go for about 2 hours.
2 hours is more of the minimum cutoff point.
What's your maximum or preferred cutoff point?
It's usually based on a rough time, which for me is usually around 9 p.m. my time. So at that, we technically still have an hour and 15 before that cutoff point.
No! No! You did not say that! No! No! Not the 115! It haunts me to this day!
I feel like I'm missing some context here.
Ask Ricto.
Okay.
Once you know of the curse, you will see it everywhere.
The curse of the 115.
The curse of 115, yes. Once you know of it, you will not escape it.
Would it make better if, with the current time on the clock, it's 117?
Probably not.
Now it's time for Yappy.
How'd you like these?
I forgot this was this guy's first time.
Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb. Jack. Sloppy. For Al Amigo!
Oh yeah, I forgot about that line. Yeah! I think our archer's gonna need a rescue. Almost got himself killed there.
Sloppy. Oh. Yeah.
Hopefully they'll notice enough to, you know, rescue me.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sloppy. Yeah. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like this?
Ooh, Bard is screwed. Oh, I actually managed to get out.
Sloppy. Yeah.
No, Bard's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're fucked. Fucking hell.
Would have gotten him down if the restraints had gone down, but it's both of their first time, so I suppose a little bit of understanding is in order.
Nate?
Yeah?
What's keeping you?
I'm running as fast as I can. Plus, I also...
Move, you slow rabbit, Heine!
Plus, it took a little bit to write that little bit because I'm typing on controller, so I can't exactly type fast.
Move, you bunny, Heine! But Viera, Heine, you're not ready. Fun. I don't know what you are.
How'd you like this? Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb. Sloppy.
like this? Yeah!
Sloppy.
Okay, they're getting better on the movement.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Sloppy.
Yeah! I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah!
Sloppy.
For Al Amigo! I have you now. Yeah! How'd you like this? Yeah! Ugh!
Sloppy.
Yeah! 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 Ugh!
Sloppy.
Alright, let's get out of here while those guys are still in that cutscene.
Free. I wonder, should we roll the dice? Only a hair's breadth away from 90 now. Oh, nah, hair's breadth. Still like maybe 7%, give or take.
Alright, what about the... What now?
Think we should try rolling the dice?
On... What, main scenario?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
That's fair. I mean, we've had our fill of cutscenes, and if we get Praetorium, well... Yeah, we could try rolling Alliance roulette, see what we get.
I gotta go to bed soon.
Yeah, alright then. Yep, if that's the case, then we could probably wrap things up here then. Yeah.
I gotta be up early in the morning anyway. It's, you know, weekday after all. I don't really want to be up for like 4 hours. I've been missing a lot of stuff on mornings as is, and I'm trying to get like out of the habit of doing that.
That's entirely fair then. So yeah, let's wrap it up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause yeah, you're definitely right about there being a lot of cutscenes in here, and well, oof, that was a lot of them just to get here to Garlemald at last. So yeah, I think that'll be it for now.
At least until next week.
Yeah. Yeah, granted, once we got into that series of cutscenes, I got really sucked into it. But yeah, we're finally.
Yeah, you didn't exactly break them up like you normally do. Normally we go like a cutscene and then a roulette to break things up.
Yeah.
Trust me though, this will be happening a lot more, but it's probably best to give some commentary for stream.
Yeah.
Not enough that you're like overwriting any spoken dialogue, but you know, enough that you're breaking the silence. Silence is kind of deafening.
Yeah. I gotta definitely be more mindful of that, especially with how much the story can get me sucked in. Because yeah, I'm the kind of person who can definitely get lost in a good story when it starts to really pull me in. So yeah, if I'm starting to get too sucked in, do metaphorically smack me to knock me out of it.
Smack you, huh?
Metaphorically, no. Oh, okay.
Would you prefer?
I asked for this, didn't I? Literally.
Or perhaps you'd prefer...
You've got a lot of those, don't you?
Boot to the head.
Gosh dang it!
I remember, today Rui's cat Mittens, she leaves her entire vast...
Boot to the head.
Right, so with that, thanks again for coming, Stormy. It's been fun as always. And yeah, next time I'll try and do better about breaking things up, especially if I see one of those dreaded. You're about to play a lot of cutscenes back to back. Right. So, thanks again to everyone who came by to watch. I hope you had a good time. And until next time, y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
Farewell.